Hello and welcome to episode 171 of Nolo Time. My name is Ovid Velez and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good? No low time. Obed, pleasure to be with you again, my friend. How you doing, man?
Good to be here, man. Good. How are you?
Things are going well. Been super busy. Like extra tired, just pushing through it, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll get through these busy times. But yeah, man, I'd rather be busy than bored. So that I'm
That's
happy with
good.
that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Um,
Yeah.
I've been so busy. In fact, I still again another week went by, and I can't believe this that I have not played this Mario 3D World, man. I have not played it.
Wow.
So
Man.
hopefully this is the weekend. I have no plans to go anywhere or do anything. So hopefully this is the one where I actually get to rip that thing open and pop it into Switch.
Nice. Nice. Cool. Anything of interest other than WandaVision?
Not really, dude. It's been busy over here. I mean, I
Yeah.
played a little more Battlefront again over the
I saw
weekend.
you. I saw you online. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
dude.
was late. It was like at ten o'clock at night or
Oh yeah,
something.
dude. I played
Yeah.
till like after 11, and I actually got like ranked number one on one of the matches. So
Nice.
I felt good about myself
Yeah.
jumping in and
Cool.
showing the noobs how it's done.
Yeah. You still playing heavy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started a heavy just to like not start it right because I played that game so much
Oh yeah.
that I have purple cards on every class and on all the weapons and everything. But I from time to time I'll go back and forth between heavy and an officer because like heavy has good options, right? And I like just to add instead of adding like device cards. Like I think the only card that I add to heavy is possibly um the three shot, like the mortar three shot grenade they have. But other than that, I just basically use the like power ups, like faster regen, and less damage from explosions and all that. So I usually do that. Officers are a whole different story though. You gotta get that turret. You gotta get the grenade. It's like there's no going around it. Yeah, I haven't played in a few weeks. Now that PS5 is a thing. Well, I mean, I have it installed because I downloaded the one that was on PS Plus, and
Okay.
I have it installed. And I installed that. I think the only things that I installed was that and Street Fighter Five on
On PS5?
yeah, yeah,
The ones you have?
on the
Oh,
hard drive. Yeah, yeah, because
okay.
yeah. Oh, and Kingdom Hearts 3 and
Okay.
Final Fantasy 15. Yeah. Haven't installed Final Fantasy 7. Luckily, we'll talk about it later.
Sure.
But yeah, man, same here. Nothing much over the weekend. Did some miles. Did a little bit more of the Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity. Um, I found out that game has a multiplayer mode, Joe. It's a split screen 2 player mode. It is virtually unplayable. It runs at like 10 frames a second.
No way.
It's bad. I was like, why would they even bother putting this thing here? And the game is so dense. I'm like 50 hours in and I'm still not done. It's ridiculous. They keep adding characters and there's DLC coming out. And I was like, I don't know where they're going with this thing, but hopefully the story is gonna like have a big reveal at the end because it's certainly different than Breath of the Wild. Like it gives you like it starts as a Breath of the Wild sequel and then it just goes off the rails. So
Wow.
yeah. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. But it's good. It's a really fun game. Uh, Persona 5 Strikers came out Tuesday, and I did not pre-order that game, Joel, because I was like, I don't feel like playing another Muso style game so soon, right? And it's like I'm dealing with Zelda, and I want to get that out of the way, and then I want to finish Spidey, and there's other stuff that I want to do, right? Turns out that the game is actually like calling it a Muso. It's actually disingenuous. It's more like an action RPG, and it's like totally different. I was like, why didn't
You
I know
missed
this?
out.
And you know what? It's my fault because the game's been out in Japan for like a year and a half. So so it's my fault. Um, but it's me just not wanting to look at videos because I don't want to get spoiled. Um, but there's that. So I'll buy it eventually. Finish the Persona 5 collection. Although I don't have the dancing game, I probably won't get that. And
Obed is
nah,
my
I'm
hands. Come on,
good. I'm
Obed.
good. I'll play Royal probably around the. I was gonna say summer, but I know there's another game that I'm gonna replay over the summer. Uh, Probably is gonna be like my fall Christmas game. I really don't plan of getting anything at the moment other than the Mario stuff, and I don't know if God of War's coming out. I don't know if
That's what I was gonna
Horizon's
say,
coming
dude.
out.
God of War and Horizon are the only two that maybe.
Potentially, you know what? I would replay Horizon if they patch it for PS5 because it hasn't been patched
Okay.
yet. It's you basically play the
I think
PS4.
that'd be an easy one considering they have the pro version. Yeah,
Yeah, well, the Pro
easy
version.
upgrade.
The thing with the Pro version is like it's like God of War. It has like a 4K 30 mode, and it has a 60 1080p mode
Okay.
or 60 1080p mode. It doesn't really like get 260. Uh, and it's the same thing with God of War, but God of War with this patch is basically you can do the 4K 60,
Yeah.
which is like Ghost of Tsushima had the same sort of patch. So
They have patch for Ghosts to do 60
yeah. They patched it already.
55.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, a Ghost been patched. Um, so I'm waiting for that basically, and if they do that, I'll probably replay Horizon. Horizon is really good, man. It's just that it's such a dense game that man, it's just so much to do. It's ridiculous. But I would just like to play it for a little bit. Maybe finish the DLC because I never finished like the like the side stuff on the DLC. I finished like the main story, but I didn't do the like the side stuff. So I may go back and finish that. Um, Other than that, man, not much going on. So remember a few weeks ago I was telling you that I had I was having JoJo withdrawals.
Yeah.
So I heard a few weeks ago that there was gonna be a spinoff. That would be a JoJo Part 4 spinoff featuring Rohan Kishibe, and I did not know that thing was out, and I started watching it, and it's JoJo, and I'm good. It's JoJo without JoJo,
You got
because
your fix to a
I got my
degree.
fix right, because it's JoJo, it's JoJo characters, right, and I Part 4 I really like because the characters were so good and so like even the crappy characters were like even the villain. It's like that villain is likable. I like that bad guy killing women around the. It was terrible. Yeah, it was like he
Obed.
would cut her hands off, and it was like
Obed.
that
Oh
dude
my
was evil,
gosh.
man. But he was so smooth,
Oh my
so
gosh.
so smooth. Joel's over here sweating the end of No Load Time and the end of Obed.
That's it.
Yeah.
See, guys.
No, yeah, you know what? Palpatine is the best villain ever, and he committed galactic genocide. So you know, it's and we joke about Palpatine all the time, so we're
Oh,
good.
we love
So we're
Palpatine.
good. So yeah, Kira on Part 4 of JoJo is a fantastic villain.
Nice.
But yeah, this is like a spin-off. It's a prequel to Part 5, and it's also a prequel to Part 4 because it takes place like the it starts there's two characters having a conversation about, oh, I'm gonna be going on a trip to Italy, and basically what happens in Italy is Part 5, I'm sorry. So then he starts telling a story about it's like, oh yeah, I went to Italy once and this whole craziness happened, and oh my goodness. So yeah, um that's basically like the premise of it. I watched the first episode. I really wanted to watch a few more, but we'll see. It looks like the villain is they're going in a different direction. I don't know if this is actually written by by Araki, so I'm not sure, but it's good. Like that first episode was like it was JoJo. It's like, yeah, it's good. But yeah, no, I do not condone violence against anyone. But fictional villains are awesome. Like some of them are really cool.
Well, the best fictional villains are the ones that think they're actually doing the right thing, in my
Exactly. Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. Thanos.
Magnetos, those kind of
Yeah.
Thanos.
Magneto. Thanos.
Palpatine thinks he's doing the right thing for crying out loud.
Who?
Palpatine thinks he's doing the right thing for crying out loud. From
For
a point of
from
view.
his point of
From
view.
a point of
Yeah.
view, man.
Yeah.
Depends on your perspective.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's there's a lot of JoJo villains that are uh evil for evil's sake. Like Dio's a like top tier S rank villain, right? But he's evil for evil's sake, right? He's a vampire, and there's a you know,
It's
but
expected.
correct. But then this guy is like. It's like whenever you ever heard that joke? It's like, oh, I wonder who, you know, the serial killer is the person that you least expected.
Oh
So
yeah.
so here's this
Ted
guy.
Bundy.
Correct. Yeah. So this is kind of like a Ted Bundy sort of thing that they have
Right.
on part four, because the guy goes like, he goes to work every day. He buys lunch at the same place every day, goes home, and no, he doesn't bother anyone unless you're a female that he likes, and then uh, using like esoteric powers or whatever you want to call it, then he gets his will.
I would rather them show that as a villain than the hero.
Oh yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like boring? Because the heroes on JoJo are like over the top. It's like, this is like, you're 17 years old. Nah, bro, you're like 34. Come on, it's
Lock
ridiculous.
eyes.
You're doing this thing that not even a full grown man could do. It's stupid. It's yeah. It's one of the
Animation.
things that it's not to be taken seriously, but it's very good narrative. So I'm excited. I'm gonna keep watching that. It's a Netflix exclusive for some reason. Like I don't know what
Trying
happened.
to keep you on there, man.
Yeah. Yep. I'm at least it's not Hulu, right? Because I still haven't watched the second season of One Punch Man, because it's stuck on Hulu. It's like, I'm not gonna Hulu. I may try the Disney Plus Hulu thing they have just to see that.
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
get the
So
ads version and you get ESPN.
yeah. So I may just try that, but yeah. Yeah, nothing else. No movies. No, I'm not gonna dump on any movies this week, so I'm good. We do have a lot of news though.
We do.
Yeah. You want to start with Star Wars? Our mandatory Star Wars update?
I love talking Star Wars. I guess we'll leave WandaVision for later.
Oh no, you know what? Let's do WandaVision. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about that. Um, a very interesting episode. This last one, not a lot of action, but we get the big reveal that we saw coming from a mile away. We found out who is manipulating Wanda into creating the hex, and of course it's Agatha Harkness,
Or is it?
aka well, she's manipulating her, but there has to be something more to it, right?
Right.
But because we don't know the intentions, like we know that she's behind the manipulating, but we don't know the intentions yet. We don't know what the grand scheme of everything is. I mean, again, it's a solid episode, very funny. This episode, man, they're so well written. They are so
I know.
they're so good. I think anything with Vision in this episode was like top tier. It was really good. It was really good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we got the big reveal. Joel, the book, because I'm not too familiar, and I've heard about the Darkhold, but I'm not very familiar with.
It's not the Darkhold.
It's not. You don't
It
think?
can't. I don't think. I'm not gonna say it can't be, but like in order to do that, you literally would be like Kevin Feige, like sticking it to Agents of Shield and The Runaways. And I'm not saying that he cares about those shows, but he has been pretty consistent to not touch things that are on those shows for the most part. And I've heard people say I do think it is though. It is definitely a book that is holding back some type of something's inside of it, right? Like it's clearly holding something that's literally locked. This book. So it's my guess is still it's one of the books from the Sanctum, but
Okay.
which one that is?
Oh yeah. Okay. You
The
mean
missing books
from
from the
yeah?
Sanctum.
Gotcha. Okay. So it
I
may
suspect the next couple episodes will be very strange.
okay. Okay. I can see that happening. Yeah. Okay. It makes sense. Like it's one of the books that they. Okay. I see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But what about that dungeon though? That dungeon was like underworldly, very underworldly. Um, yeah. So everything points to
I mean,
Mephisto. Yeah,
oh, heavily.
heavily.
And
Yeah,
I mean, you've been blatant about it from the very beginning. Like, hey, I think it's Mephisto. I was like, it might be Nightmare, maybe something that's a little bit more Disney family friendly. You're not gonna have the devil show up. And I'm like,
it's like super on
nah,
the
man,
nose.
they are not caring. I mean, they're just going straight for it, and I love that.
Yeah,
Because I myself had huge reservations of the fact that would Disney really go that dark. And I mean, don't get me wrong, Disney can Disneyfy even the darkest things. They make it in a light that's still entertaining and not like
ever watched
gonna make you
the
want to
Hunch?
not hide under the covers.
Yeah,
But I mean, like it's still dark, man.
yeah.
Like I mean, the joke about like eating kids and stuff like or biting a kid or
That's
whatever. They're going for it, dude.
there. Yeah. Because the like now they're saying that she ate the kids. It's like
She didn't eat her kids, but she probably ate. She has
absorbed.
eaten a kid. Yeah,
Yeah, absorbed the kids
yeah.
probably. Uh, yeah, very interesting. Very catchy intro song
Oh yeah,
for
Agatha all
Agatha.
along, #1 on iTunes list there for
No
a little
way,
bit.
really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's
Wow.
catchy. I'm not gonna lie,
It's
it's catchy.
catchy, man. They had this whole monsters vibe, and it was great.
Yeah, man. Felt like the
Like,
Adams Family or something.
bro, again, this like it's top notch. It's like this is one of the best shows I've ever watched. It's nuts.
So I still get I can't tell you, dude, how many times I still get messages from people who are watching this show and they're more casual, I would say. They
Yeah,
like the Marvel stuff, but they're a little more casual about it. And they did not like the first episode. I mean, like from when the very first episode came out, like that same week, I was getting messages from people like, "You like this thing, Joel?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like because
yeah,
it's intuitive. Like it's not here just to entertain. It's here to make
smart.
you have to think and make you
Yeah,
have to write and really ration behind and comprehend what they're doing here. You can't just sit back and watch this with some popcorn and just check your brain off. Your brain has to be you gotta be on. You gotta be fully thinking about why are they showing me this? Who is this? What is that? And then it comes together beautifully. So I think when we go back and rewatch this series, it's gonna be even better. Like because you're gonna be like, oh man, it leads so perfectly. I mean, the brooch thing, right? Like with Agatha, right?
yeah.
She had the brooch the whole time, very on the nose with her comic book character, right? That specific, which brooch that she wears, and it's literally been Agatha all along. So I love these little details. I love that they've been consistent. They didn't show us the massive well, the thing on her back or whatever
Oh, the
that she
mole.
had, the mole or whatever. That's the classic, like witch thing again. Like
Yeah.
things like that they make it funny, but yeah, man, it's smart. Do you think that the bunny is her son, Senior Scratchy, in the books or something?
I heard. Yeah. So I heard something about that. I'm just not very familiar with the character, but definitely like so I don't think maybe so here's the thing, right? Like the speculation now is like Pietro is her son, right? But I don't know because I mean you never saw him and the rabbit together. So there's that thing. But then at the end of the episode, we get the post credit sequence where Monica opens
Monica
the
Rambeau
she
checking
opens
out
the
the
she
basement.
opens the cellar or the basement, and she sees the magic because she can now see. That was the other major thing that happened in the episode. She got her
Huge.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So photon is it or is it spectrum?
Photon spectrum, depending on which book you read.
Depending, yeah.
Same difference.
Yep.
She's the light, if you want
Yeah,
to put it that way.
exactly. So she can see the matrix, and
Yeah.
she was able to see like the magic seeping into the basement, and then Pietro, or Peter at this point, I guess, shows up. The Snooper's got a snoop, but like I paused it just to see his clothes, just to because there's details, right? There's details in the clothes,
Absolutely.
like the clothes they wear, like the brooch again being a big thing. Um, but I couldn't find any character with that color scheme that he was wearing, which was weird. It was like a light blue and pink. It was very weird.
To me, it seems very Quicksilver's actually. Like still like the way he's just chilling. He's a bro, like,
Yeah, it's,
that
yeah,
kind of attitude. So I'm now even questioning. This is how I know this show is so good. I'm not gonna say I'm taking back my whole thing that he's an imposter, but there's a very good chance that that actually really is Quicksilver. Like
yeah,
that really is X-Men Quicksilver that we've known.
yeah.
Because when we get the whole clip of her control of Agatha controlling him from behind,
He was
brought
being
him
controlled.
there.
Yeah.
And then when we got the Nexus scene, which I talked to you about a little bit earlier
Oh, the
today,
commercial.
that's what started to make me go, hold
You have
on
a
a
theory
second.
about that, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So the Nexus, like, to not get super scientific on our fans here, like, I think that so basically, like, the Nexus is literally a convergence of all realities in one. And that basically, if you're in the Nexus, you can literally take a doorway into any world, or flip a world on its side, which is hence why you see, the lady in the commercial laying on a bed next, she's standing up, walking off of the bed, right?
Yeah.
She's now stepped into a new reality that was within her own. So in theory, right, many people have speculated, like, well, in theory, Batman could show up next week. I don't think they're gonna have Batman on the show, but technically speaking, it's on the Nexus. You can do that, right? Like if they really wanted to, they could do something like that theoretically. I mentioned to you, I was like, dude, like there's a chance because remember, Olsen made a joke about like not made a joke, she made a statement about like there's gonna be a huge cameo like Luke Skywalker level
Like big,
Mandalorian,
yeah.
dude.
Like changing the MCU, yeah.
Like changes like and then Paul Bettany went on after last week's episode, said, yeah, guys, everyone keeps saying it's Doctor Strange, and I'm telling you guys, there's one big one coming that you have not yet seen.
Yep.
And I'm like, who is this? I'm like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm like, again, because it's an Nexus, like you could in theory have like Obi-Wan Kenobi step out like and for 1 second, like, what is this? And then just come back because the Nexus opens up these spots. So there's when you think you figure this thing out, you haven't, because there's a lot more. If Disney and Marvel want to get crazy with it, they can, and they already have, but they can get crazier. So, yeah, that's my little rant on the Nexus. I think it's a huge
Yeah.
moment.
Um so the thing with the Nexus that I saw is that um I guess that inside the multiverse, right? Uh, of course, we get the different Spider-Mans, and we get the different X-Men and the Quicksilvers that we see, right? But Wanda's it's unique. She's the same in every dimension. She's the same. She looks the same, and she has the same powers. And it was like two other characters. I think it was Kang the Conqueror and someone else. I forgot. Uh, anyway, so that was a big thing, and yeah, that commercial was really interesting. And you see the red light behind the pharmacy counter, and it's like, man, all this like full of details, dude. It's phenomenal.
I know, man.
Yeah. So the big thing now
I look. Oh no, you go ahead.
yeah, no, the big thing now with Monica is that um she got her powers. How is this? I mean, they gotta tie this up with the next Captain Marvel movie somehow, because it's gotta make some sense to tie them together. Um, Yeah. I think the whole thing. I think they played us really well, Joel, with the vehicle thing. Because there was not
Oh
the
yeah.
yeah. Because it was like, oh, is it Reachers? Is it Ham McCoy? Is it who is it? And it
Are
was
you
uh
are you certain though that that was the engineer? Like I'm until it's like
she
maybe
won't
15
know.
minutes left in the finale. I don't know, dude.
Like she no the person that brought it was not the engineer. She was definitely like
Yeah,
a sword
it's
person.
military.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
like I don't think
It's
we've seen
they yeah
anything yet there.
yeah yeah they
Could
left
have been
it.
Shuri from Wakanda for all we know, dude. I don't know.
True, true. Very interesting. Very good show. Very very good show. Do you see how well they're doing with ratings? Like,
So this is why the week to week thing was so smart for them because if they would have dropped it like Netflix at all at one time, right? Well, people who were not maybe as high on it from the first couple episodes might have just dropped off,
yep,
right? But so when like its first week of coming out, it would have been like it would have been trending, but it wouldn't have been number one on those Nielsen ratings. But by having a week to week, you built up. It jumped from literally like number 35 or something crazy like that on its first week to number one
yep.
after episode 6. So yeah, you know how to make people hungry for more, want to come back tomorrow. I can't wait, dude. I'm itching for another episode.
Yeah, yeah. So I was able to watch it spoiler free that same night, so I didn't have to
Good
win.
man. I didn't want to send anything to you.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't stay off of social media, but I didn't want to click on anything. There was a lot of Magneto stuff trending, and I didn't want to click on it. It's like, oh, don't tell me that it's already spoiled, but I doubt it. But it's again speculation that the cameo is Magneto. Like people are putting pieces together, and like if this is like it could potentially be Fassbender's Magneto too that's gonna show up. So like
They're
what's
clearly putting money in this series,
yeah
man. They
what's
can make
Fassbender
people
doing
whatever they
though
want.
right now?
No
I
idea.
don't think he's doing a lot.
Yeah,
He can
and there's a
bank.
lot of actors that they can easily pull in right now.
He's a great actor, right? Because I think the other movies that are not X-Men, like the X-Men movies are fantastic. For he's a great actor. But he's done like other more serious and more like artsy films, and
Macbeth and all this.
yeah, and that's all great, right? Assassin's Creed, that the jewel of cinematography. So um, I think he can come back and be Magneto again. It's like maybe they'll tell him it's like, you know what, go nuts and do your own version of Magneto, and be like over the top, because Magneto in the comics is over the top. He's almost like a like preacher like when he talks.
Oh
So
yeah, it's a
so
very well orator.
yeah
He really believes,
yeah
rallies the people. It's incredible.
yeah. So that was one of the things when I saw that Ian McKellen was originally cast as Magneto. It's like, oh, like he's kind of like too old, and I don't know, it doesn't really look like that Magneto. But then he starts talking to
When
it.
he
It's like,
starts talking.
yo,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
dude. I
yeah.
watched Lord of the Rings again recently, by the way, side note, and I'm like, this dude, man, this guy.
He's so good. So that's the same thing with Fassbender. They can tell him it's like just go nuts and be like Magneto from the comics. It's like, man, that would be awesome. Like that finale episode with like him is the one bringing the hex down because Quicksilver told him, yeah because gonna save his like other
Save his
dimension
kid.
daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. Boy can dream.
I would take it. I'm there, man.
Yep, yep, yep. uh Bad Batch coming out a lot sooner than I expected, Joel. May 4th.
The fourth will be with us.
May the 4th will be with us indeed. Yeah, so Star Wars The Bad Batch, the basically Clone Wars season 8. It's coming out May the 4th, and yeah, pretty excited. Pretty excited about that. So there's Star Wars coming.
How how much of the Force do you think will be in that show? Right?
Not
Because
a
like,
lot.
yeah, I don't think it'll be much either. But if you're smart, like how Mandalorian, right? Like we
Yep.
didn't expect much, and then out of nowhere we've got this child that's like, over here lifting, rhinos and whatever. Like,
Maybe they're
is
the
there gonna?
ones that save Grogu, and we'll see them save Grogu
That's what
from
I'm.
the temple.
That's what I'm thinking, dude. I think
Yeah.
Grogu's gonna be in a lot of places.
Yep.
So, man, I don't know what to fully expect from the show aside from it being pretty action heavy. I love that trailer when it came out
Yeah.
initially.
That was really good.
So
We'll have Phoenix in the show, so
that
we're
will
gonna
be
get
our
some
first Star
backstory.
Wars of the year. First Star Wars content.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be this and then Boba, right?
Yeah,
Because
later in
Mando's
the year,
getting delayed.
fall,
Yeah, I mean that the rumor is that Mando's getting delayed. So
more than likely.
yeah, next year we'll get a ton of Star Wars because
Yeah, dude.
we got a lot of stuff coming. Obi-Wan starts filming what next week, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah. They're
starts.
leaving me hungry, dude. Like I need at least one Star Wars piece of content, like a year, at least one. So like
Yeah,
since Mandalorian, like I'm just waiting. So Bad Batch, thank you. Book of Boba, obviously, like you mentioned.
yep. But then next year we get whatever the end of Boba is, and then we get Mando, and then we get Cassian, which brings us to the next note that we have here, Joe. Um, a very strong rumor, basically, like some outlets are calling it confirmed. I'm still saying it's a rumor, but it's a rumor that has a lot of credibility, and it's that George Lucas is back as a writer of some capacity for the Cassian Andor show. Um, Very interesting. I wonder if this is going to go in a different direction. We'll see. I'm excited. Like if George Lucas is back and he's gonna do like his underground, because remember that he pitched like a show that was like an underground rebel show with like a dealing
The
in like
footage leaked and all that.
correct, yeah. He there was like test footage and everything, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe this could be like part of whatever he had planned for that show. We'll see in this Andor show. So I'm excited, Joel. What do you think, man?
Oh, I'd love it if George was back. I don't believe it's true until I see it, but I'd love for it. I'd love for him to be back. I as I think about the Cassian Shore show, like I was not very excited for that show in general. The character's fine and it's Star Wars, so like I'm there. I mean, that's just it's just no way around it. But
Exactly.
it wasn't one of the ones I was like, oh man, like if they would have announced a Darth Maul show, like then I'd be pumped, or I mean something like that. But I was like Cassian Andor, like okay, that's different. But like Obed, come on, like they're gonna have Darth Vader in this show, right? Like, dude, you can't. Like, that's why Rogue One is why it's loved the way it's loved. It's a good movie, and then
Okay.
you add in Vader on top of a good movie, which makes it great.
So I think this show is gonna lead into the Obi-Wan show because I think
Oh, sure.
they're both gonna take they're both gonna happen around the same time based on the information that's out there. Because we know that the Andor show is not gonna be like right before Rogue One. It's gonna be like a younger Cassian one, you
Yes.
know. Um, so there's definitely possibility that Vader is gonna be here. Although we know
Yeah.
that maybe we're probably not see Vader, but maybe the Inquisitors are gonna be around.
The thing
Maybe
is,
this yeah.
the thing is to have Vader, you don't have to have this guy coming back for it, right? Like you don't have to have Hayden Christensen in the suit. You need to have Vader, and you need to have James Earl Jones do a little voice.
Man, James Earl
So
Jones, what, 90 years old now, dude? I don't
I
know.
pray he's
I know.
healthy and well.
I
Just put
know.
that
I
mic
know.
in front
But
of him and keep talking.
he just doesn't sound great anymore. Like let the man rest. Like he paid his dues. He's the
Uh,
best, and I guess we can move on. Um no, I'm being brutally honest as a hardcore Star Wars fan, right? I think the time has come that we probably need to start looking for a new Vader because
I
any
think you
day of
wait
the
for the man to have eternal rest, then you do that.
any
Have
day
them alive and do him dirty, man.
um
I hear you. I hear you.
Any day we can see, that
Yeah,
James Earl Jones no longer with us.
absolutely.
What are the chances of seeing someone like Cal Kestis or Seer, or because it takes place about the same around the same time too as Fallen
I would
Order.
hope that there's got to be some sort of, well, no, because he doesn't really know much about the Jedi or anything like that. If I remember right in Rogue One, like he doesn't really seem to really be that aware of this.
Yeah,
He's been with the rebellion, but like I don't know how. I could be. I don't know. I mean, I don't. It doesn't bother me, but I'm trying to set my expectations low.
yeah. Well, I
I mean,
got you.
possible.
I got you. I got you. Yeah, cool. Can't wait for that show. Can't wait for anything Star Wars.
If George is in, though, I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah,
who
yeah, yeah,
knows?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and that's yet to be like officially confirmed by Lucasfilm, but there's several outlets out there that are reporting that is confirmed. So yeah, we'll see. Joe, we finally get a title for the third MCU Spider-Man film. Uh, Go back home? Wait, no. Phone home? No. No. No way home. Way home. Okay. Uh, they did a little trolling there for a couple days. It was pretty good. And then they released an official video with the reveal. Joel, I sent you a picture. I don't know if I still have it here. Hold
On
on.
Twitter.
Correct. Yeah, I posted it on our Twitter. Um, a few things that I noticed from that poster. Right. Not from the poster. I mean from the board where the title was. Um, I'm gonna try and look up a picture here. So the first thing that stands out to me that is like super freaking obvious, man, and like any way you see it, um, excuse me, there's no way that I cannot unsee this. It's that the webbing around the title, it looks like the island of Puerto Rico. It's like just looks like the island. It's like it's the same shape, and it's
Does
like
look like Puerto Rico, yeah.
it's crazy. It's like I mean, Miles is the first thing that comes to mind, right? And it's like, man, and I mean, I know that Miles, it's like he grew up in New York, right? But he's got heritage,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that could be like a callback. The other thing that that like jumped out like really good is that flux, because that's totally a flux capacitor up in the upper right.
Yep.
Time travel. It's a it's like totally a flux
Well,
capacitor. So
that could be how they bring in the other guys, like not like their ages, and I don't know, man.
yeah, I mean, because there's on the other side there's an arc reactor. Obviously, I mean we know that. I mean, could Tony have a cameo? I don't know. And the other one that really stood out to me was the uh, to the bottom right under the title. There's four hexagons and then two lines crossing together from the four hexagons. And what I pointed out is like it's four Spideys coming together, four Spider-Man coming together. It's like we get the Tom Holland, we get the Maguire, we get Garfield, and we get Miles.
Yeah.
So that's the four Spider-Man coming together. I am very excited because it's like I'm gonna start breaking down stuff YouTube style. It's like I'm gonna make videos of like I'm breaking down this thing, and you look at the font on this, on how this thing is written. Yeah, read between the lines. But it's very interesting. No Way Home. What do you think they're referring to?
I think that the Spider-Man are stuck with Holland. Like I don't think it's even just Spider-Man. I think there's, like we're talking about, this whole Nexus thing. Very heavy connection to Strange, too, and obviously Spider-Man. So yeah, I think whatever convergence happens, like they need to figure out how to get these people back out of here,
Back to their
back to
home.
their own places. If you've got Norman Osborn walking around, and they're bringing back original
Willem
actors. You've got
Dafoe.
William Dafoe walking around, and
Oh.
you've got this dude back as Doctor Octopus,
Yep.
and and you've got Jamie Foxx's Electro.
The
you
new
got
the new Electro, the
the
different
new
Electro.
Electro. Hopefully he's
Yep.
cooler. they took the best of to some degree in these ways, and yeah, like if you have those characters walking around, that's a problem for one Spider-Man. You need multiple. You need other heroes. You would need a Doctor Strange. Like Peter, as smart as he is, would not know how do I deal with a convergence of this nature. So yeah, No Way Home, man. Like, how do we get him home? Like, we don't even know where to start.
Yep.
Totally makes sense. I when I first saw though the title was Phone Home, like on his because I follow him on Instagram and I sit on there and I was like, nah,
No.
man, this is like that's not it. He's joking. And,
Yeah, work from home.
yeah, and then I went to the other people's accounts and I started thinking, and I was like, nah,
they're trolling.
They're messing with this. And then I get an email saying, hey, breaking news, this thing's happening. Here's the official press thing from Sony.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Yeah, cool. Exciting, man. I'm excited. Excited for Spidey.
You know me. Spidey's my man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, cool. It's we shall see. I'm expecting a trailer soon.
Yeah,
comes out in December,
dude.
At the movie theaters.
In theaters only.
Yep.
Is Black Widow sticking to May?
I don't think Black Widow's coming on. Excuse me.
Oh, don't die in us, Obed. Come back.
There we go. Hey, I'm back.
Need a mask.
I'm not dying. I'm not dying anymore. Crap. I don't. Man, Black Widow's gonna get the Disney Plus Mulan thing. They gotta.
I think so.
They gotta.
Yeah, it's been so long, and they really have tried, right? Like at some point, something's got to change. The Raya thing is interesting, though, having it come out on both in the theaters and on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
but it's similar to HBO Max.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yep. But it's the.
Maybe they'll do that with Widow.
Yeah, but the Raya thing, you have to pay for the Disney Plus separate, like Mulan, right? It's like $25.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's $30 or whatever. Yeah. I could see them doing that with Widow. $30 or in movie theaters.
The people are saying it's like, dude, release it. We'll pay for you $30 to watch it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because Mulan came out, and then maybe like 5 more months later, it came out on regular Disney Plus. 4 or 5 months.
And they're saying now Raya's gonna be in June. Now it's gonna be in Disney Plus in June.
Like regular Disney Plus instead of
regular. No subscription, extra costs.
Yeah. Man, I don't know.
Christmas though, that's a good time to do it. I don't think I've talked to you about this, but like with Comic-Con, dude, like they haven't said anything, and they told us they'd give us an update like January. Like this thing's not happening. Like there's no way you're gonna do this thing, and if they do, like I can't remember what con it was, Emerald Con, I think they decided to just announce that they're gonna do that thing in Christmas. That's when they're gonna do it. Like So I maybe Christmas is a safe time for movie theaters to have. So I don't know.
I mean, maybe they're expecting, maybe they're expecting like vaccinations and whatnot. Like there's supposed to be like vaccinations are actually doing pretty well considering everything, right? And they're expecting that a lot of people like by summer, most of everyone that needed a vaccine will be able to get one. So they're expecting like true recovery to start around Christmas. We probably still have to wear a mask to the movie theater, but theaters are probably going to be open.
Right, not going to be as concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And I mean, I know that you'll get out of your way and watch it. And you've been to the movie theater, recently and
cautiously, but yes,
cautiously, exactly.
They do a good job. I'm not gonna lie.
You just gotta, man. It's like you gotta. You have to have personal responsibility for this stuff, right? You can't be a jackass and it's like, oh, masks don't do anything, so I'm not wearing one. Come on. It's like out of a courtesy. It's like be a decent human being and be a courteous human being. Don't be a jackass.
That's what I love about Disney, man. Like they enforce that thing.
Oh yeah, they'll kick you out, bro.
Yeah, that's it. And they have kicked people out. So
yeah, they're doing really well with their policy. So yeah. So Spidey, we'll see, man. I'm really excited for that. We got a bunch of video game news. Let's start with PlayStation VR, and then we'll go into the into today's showcase. So confirmed that new PlayStation VR headsets coming out. Initial reports or initial leaks were saying that It was gonna be this year, but it's gonna come out next year. And yeah, basically they said that this would be a one cable solution to the VR. It will work with the PS5, not PS4. It will be like a next gen VR device. And yeah, I know that you were kind of like on the fence with VR. I'm still on the fence. I'm still not 100% sold. But it would be something pretty cool to have, I think. But now that a new headset has been announced, I'm definitely not going to go for the old model at all. So, but yeah,
It's good to have clarification on like what they're doing with VR because the first PSVR kind of felt like, is this gonna just be it? Like, are they just gonna leave it like this for the next couple years and wait for like the second half of the PlayStation 5's life cycle to switch it over? But nope, they're making it pretty clear early on. There will be a new headset for the new console, and I I actually was looking, like, no exaggeration, 2 weeks ago or maybe a week ago. I was looking at Iron Man VR headset bundle, PlayStation bundle, and I was
okay.
like, oh, this would be cool. Like maybe I'll end up getting. I mean, we're home for so long. It's like this might be a fun thing to pass some time with. And so hearing this, obviously now, there's no need to get the original. Wait for this. When is the timeline? When do you think this will be coming?
If it's 2022, it's probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be late. It's probably gonna be like a November release.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how the PS5 is doing, right? Because we know that there's
Can't
that
even wait more.
semiconductor shortage. That's basically what's being holding back stock and all this stuff, right? And we've seen scalpers now crying that we can't sell the stuff that we have because we're idiots, and you know. So so once the stock thing, I think that their plan was to release this thing this year, but because of the semiconductor shortage and people still can't get a hold of a PS5.
Yeah.
They're willing to just push it back. So I can see March of next year. But I can also see November. So I could see those two dates. Um, yep, we'll see. They didn't really give us a lot of details other than yeah, it's gonna be like a one cable solution, and it's only gonna be like a lot simpler setup, and of course 3D audio and all that.
Do we get new motion controllers or do we gotta use the same motion control? Those motion controllers are cool, but do we get a
I
new one?
I
I'm
I
curious.
they gotta those things are PS3 controllers, man.
Yeah,
They
dude.
gotta
I
they
still
gotta
got
come up
mine.
with
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. I still got mine, dude.
yeah, yeah. They gotta come up with like a new model for those two, with USB C and modern battery and improved tracking and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, because yeah, they gotta
It's like the
improve
Wii.
their ergonomics. Yeah, yeah. Basically, like the Wii mode's so big, and the same thing that a Wii mode does, the a Joy-Con can do. So you know, and even better because when they did the
Oh
Zelda
my
showcase,
gosh.
they said it was like, oh, this thing has improved tracking compared to the Wii mode, so we can do a lot of
Do you
cool
play
stuff.
Mario Party at all?
I haven't no.
Yeah, like there's plenty of games that it uses that thing so well. I mean, you got like shake the ice out of a jar or whatever and
Yeah,
like flip a steak, and it's amazing, dude.
nice. I know my daughter wants it. She wants Mario Golf too because we watched the
She
showcase
wants
together.
anything
She wants
Mario,
everything Mario. She wants it. It's like,
and
uh,
she's great for that.
and bro, the thing is that the Nintendo games never go down in price. They're always $60. It's ridiculous. So now I'm gonna get that Zelda game that comes out in June, July, $60 for a game that came out in 2012, and yeah. Although it's funny because um, a pre-order copy of Skyward Sword for the Wii is $45. Still, they don't go down. It's ridiculous.
Crazy, dude.
Yep. So yeah, I'll be playing Skyward Sword. I never played it. I really wanted to, so I'll definitely check it out. Still on the fence on getting those Joy-Cons because I really like them, right? It's just
But
that
you,
Joy-Cons are so expensive,
yeah,
man. It's like, what, 80, right?
yeah.
It's too much money. I would rather get another Pro controller, honestly, because they're great. Um, or get one of the Power A, like, they have some cool designs, and now they have, like,
Yeah.
USB-C charging and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Um, or even one of the 8-bit though ones. The same thing. They USB-C and they work great. So I get one of those. But yeah, PSVR, pretty cool stuff. Joel, we had a PlayStation event today. We'll talk Final Fantasy because what they did here was pretty crazy, right? In a lot of sites. And we're gonna start with a big one. So I called it. We were, what was it, messaging last week during
Yeah.
like on Teams. I was like, man, I think they're gonna show a Final Fantasy VII remake, like definitive edition thing, and they're gonna or DLC or something, because I don't know. Did we talk about it on the podcast about the Square Enix rumors?
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so, right? Because there's some rumors out there, and this is like, again, take it with a grain of salt. This is like super not confirmed territory. Someone broke an NDA somewhere and told someone, right? Um, Allegedly, Sony is working into acquiring Square Enix. I don't know. I mean, again, take it with a grain of salt. Um, One thing of note, Joe, today, during the event, news got out. I don't know if you saw it, that the Japan that Sony is closing down the Japan studio.
I did not see that. Oh
Yep.
wow.
So Japan studio, they gave us the old, like, what's the monkey game for PS1, the one when you catch the monkeys with the DualShock.
Oh my goodness.
Ape
How am I drawing
Escape.
a blank?
Ape Escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ape Escape. Yeah. So they created Ape Escape. Um,
Wow.
Shadow of the Colossus, Eco. They published Bloodborne. What else? They did the Gravity games. Gravity Rush. So they did Gravity Rush 1, 2. Um, they're apparently like winding down. One of the Bloodborne producers left, and they're moving on to doing some other stuff.
That's sad.
So I think they're winding down that studio because they're going to purchase a big Japanese studio. And I if you ask me, like, all signs point to it being Square Enix. So
That'd be bigger than Bethesda, dude.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, to me, yes,
I mean, like,
because
I'm
I don't
just saying,
care
like,
about
quality of
Bethesda.
games is what I mean more
Well,
so.
it's
Like, because,
consistent. Yeah,
right.
they're consistent. So
Right. Like,
so
Bethesda's big, but, like, how many household names you gotta have?
I mean, other than Doom, and I really haven't played Doom in 20 years. There's I don't. There's nothing in Bethesda's catalog that really grabs my eye.
Like,
So
maybe if that Indiana Jones game's good, right? They're doing that one, right?
yeah, but that's
If
gonna
if
be
it
yeah, that's gonna be
if it's
available.
good, maybe.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna be available on everything anyway. So
Sure.
um, but yeah, so um, Final Fantasy VII is getting a PS5 upgrade free. So Joel, the game's $30 on Amazon right now because you're talking about it. We were talking about it.
Order.
Improve graphics, lighting, 4K native for I don't know, they said 4K, but they didn't say if it was negative. 60 FPS, no load times. Um, they basically improved the game graphically, photo mode. Um, so they're adding basically all the next gen features. You can carry over your save data to PS5 and everything, and it's free. So you're getting a free 100% free upgrade for that. So in the trailers that they released today, I was a little like they didn't really specify it, but at the end of the trailer they did say that the DLC the chapter featuring Yuffie is separate. You'd have to purchase that from the PlayStation Store. So I'm assuming this is going to be a $20 add-on. More than likely, maybe 30. They can, I mean, it's Square Enix. They can push it. Like I was, I want to say that Kingdom Hearts was 20, I think, for their expansion for Kingdom Hearts 3, and I don't think it's worth that. I bought it. It's more like a $15 DLC, not 20. I was like, it's $5. I know, but still, right? Um, but yeah,
I saw
good
I
stuff.
saw comments about that when they said that this was a free upgrade, right, to the PS5 edition. Like some of the comments for some people were like Square Enix and saying something's free. Like,
Yeah,
like this is
I
big.
know. I thought they were gonna sell me another game because I was
Oh
gonna
yeah,
buy
you
it.
were ready for it.
I know. So that's one thing that kind of disappointed me from the DMC 5 Special Edition because I should have been able to upgrade my copy to the SE. Because I know that
Mm.
the Virgil DLC is only $5, but I should be able to pay 15 and get the other features that the special edition gives me. So it kind of stinks that I can't get ray tracing and horde mode because I didn't spend $40 on the other copy. So that stinks, right? Um, I mean, granted, the game's 2 years old versus this one's just a year old now, not even a year old yet. So, but highly recommend it if you didn't play FF7 remake when it first came out. Play it on PS3 on PS3. Play the tech demo that they showed on PS3 like 15 years ago. Um, play it on PS5. This comes out. What was it? June. I want to say it was like June 20th,
Fact checking.
but I'm fact checking on here. No, Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade. It doesn't say when. Let's see. Give me a second. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself for a minute.
All good, man. Yeah, I was so one of my instant reactions with you was all right, like I think this is the time I need to jump in and get this thing because I've held out and I want in on the hype. I want in on the hype. And like you said, obviously it's what, $30 whatever on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
So
June 10th.
not bad to get a free update. Sorry, what's that?
June 10th.
June 10th.
Yep. So yeah, you get a basically a PS5 game for the price of a PS4 game. That's been on sale for forever now because the game sold really really well.
It's not bad.
Yeah, yeah. So highly recommended. This game is really really good. What they didn't say, Joe, is that they're actually releasing two more Final Fantasy 7 games. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
They're releasing two mobile games. They're releasing a Final Fantasy 7 Battle Royale called First Soldier. It's like a prequel, and it actually looks okay. But it's iOS Android, and they're releasing Final Fantasy 7 Ever Crisis, which is sort of like a remake of the narrative of the original game. I can't really tell exactly, but it looks like sort of a remake of the original, ported to play on cell phones. So yeah, they got three announcements today. Two of them were Phantom because we were all watching the PlayStation event, and then after the fact, that's when everyone saw, hey, there's two more games coming out, but on phones. So it's pretty interesting. Joel, they showed a game called Sifu.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
that you said looked pretty interesting. It does look pretty good. I said, I was like, was it hallway scene the video game? Because there's they showed a bit in the game where the dude is fighting on down a hallway,
Yeah.
kind of like a Daredevil. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Like the art style looks good. Um, and this is done by the guys that did Absolver, so that is a very well regarded game. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, demo was the graphics still running on PC, but it looked very beautiful, very artistic. Would like to see more gameplay. It was a very short snippet we kind of got from this one compared to some of the other games. The whole thing in general was a short event, but this one was a little snippet. Very interesting, man. This was one of them that when you watch events like this, whether it's a Nintendo Direct or a State of Play or something like this, like you look for these little gems, and this might be a fun one to try.
Yeah, yeah, it looked good. So for sure. We're just talking about Bethesda. They showed another trailer for Deathloop. When's this game coming out? This game comes out soon, right?
To be honest, that was one of the ones that I was like, did not
'Cause
like strike me at all, dude.
we've seen it so much already.
Yeah,
Like they've always shown this game whenever they show any PS5 stuff. Um, it is a console exclusive for PS5 because this deal was done before the Microsoft buyout of Bethesda. So May 21st of this year. So this is a PS5 exclusive. Also, there is a time exclusive deal with with Ghostwire Tokyo. So those two Bethesda games they have a time exclusivity with PS5. They're going to be available on PC as well. But then after that, they may come out on Xbox after the fact. So there's that.
wow.
But yeah, that this game we've seen a lot of it already, and it's like it looks good. Like I don't think it's a bad game. It looks good.
No, no,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just that I know it's not your cup of tea. So
yeah,
yeah, it's how I feel about GTA. I'm indifferent towards it. So
yeah. Right,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
so I got you. But one that looks good. It's Kena Bridge of Spirits. That game looks really good.
Amazing.
It's really good. Uh, PS5, PS4, PC coming out in August. It looks like a Pixar movie. It's like if you can play a Pixar movie. So we got to the point where when back in the day when with Crazy Ken Kutaragi when he did this thing for the PS2 saying that uh, that the PS2 can do Toy Story like graphics and all this stuff, right? So now we're getting that. I mean, I thought that we did with PS4 because if you actually look at the Toy Story section on Kingdom Hearts 3 versus how Toy Story 1 looks,
It's better.
it's way better than what it looked
Yeah.
back then. So and you're rendering real time. You're not like using
Right.
a pre-rendered footage. So but this looks like that. This looks like a Pixar movie that you can play with, and it looks phenomenal. Like I really like how this game looks, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it does well on reviews wise. Um, so yeah,
Yeah, if the reviews start raving, like I was looking at this and I'm like, this very well could be one of those Game Awards recognized. Like if it does, if it performs to the hype, right? Like there's high expectations on it. You brought some of that awareness to me. For me, I'm just sitting there and I'm like, is this a movie or a game? Because it just looks so nice.
yeah, definitely a
Story,
showpiece.
character, yeah.
Yeah,
That's one of those ones like if you're trying to sell somebody on like, hey, you want to know why PS5 is gonna be awesome? Like you put something like that on, they're like, oh my gosh, like I've not seen a game that looks like this. So pretty cool.
yep. Um, yeah, it looks really nice. Like I'm very interested in this game. May not get it like right away, but it's something that
It's on the radar.
it's on the radar for sure. Yep. That I think that was like the biggest stuff they showed. They showed that spin-off for Five Nights at Freddy's. It's basically like a first-person
Yeah.
puzzle game, and I know that game has a huge audience. So the especially the younger audience, so they're gonna they're gonna eat that one up. And they showed Knockout City. There was like that Dash Bowl game that we saw last time. That's also coming for PS4, and there's a beta coming out in April. So that's basically it. Like the big one was Final Fantasy, and it's a big deal. If you ask me, if you haven't played the game, get a physical copy for cheap out there, Amazon, but Best Buy has it on sale sometimes. And just wait until June and play then, because it's gonna be worth your experience, and I put my word on it, because I thoroughly enjoyed that game quite a bit. So I'm ready to actually play it again. Like I'm gonna play it again. I'm not gonna transfer my save, Joe. I'm gonna start over. Oh, you know what? Hard mode. I gotta do
Oh,
2 playthroughs again.
challenge.
I'm gonna do 2 playthroughs again, but I know what to do now, so I'm good. Um, yeah, that's basically what they showed. Two things, Joel, that we didn't have in the notes that I went ahead and added. One of them was the Days of Play. It's coming back, and if you own a PS4 or PS5, you would be able to download the Ratchet and Clank game that came out for PS4 for free. I believe this starts like next week.
But it is also worth noting, if you are one of the rare PS5 owners, you have PS Plus, you have it in the collection already.
Correct. Yeah, but this is if you even if you don't
Just in
have PS.
general.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if you don't have PS Plus, this you can add it and it's yours.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's good. Like, yeah, if you have PS5, you already have it. I already have it from PS Plus back when they had it
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
on PS4. Played this game. I really enjoyed this game. This game was really good. So I don't think they'll patch it, but this is another game that looks like a Pixar game when you played it.
Yeah.
If you haven't played it, and that new one looks amazing.
I
So
know. And that one comes out later.
yeah, it's in June too. Yeah, so a
Yeah.
few things coming out in summer. Yeah, because we got technically Final Fantasy is gonna get re-released, and the DLC is coming out. We're gonna get Ratchet and Clank. We get Zelda in July. So yeah, there's a few Mario Golf in June.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks very good. So there's definitely a few things that are coming out in summer, and then Kena Breach of Spirits in August. So there's definitely stuff happening. Gran Turismo is confirmed to be delayed till next year. Where is Xbox, Joel?
Dude. So I've been messaging you like all week. I'm gonna check right now because that wouldn't shock me. Dude, like nobody's buying the Series S's anymore. They stopped. That thing just is available most places. Um, Series X, like this morning, it was like I want to say maybe like 8:30 this morning or something like that. The Series X went up
Uh huh.
on Target or something like that. I check again like after 9, like 9:15. No, later than that. And I was like, "Oh, look, I can go pick one up at Winter Park right now if I wanted." I mean, that's I mean, it was literally like 45 minutes later. Don't get me wrong, like there's people who want them, but it's not anywhere near, like it's not even like it's close. It's not. There's just is not this demand
No,
for this thing. So, yeah, man.
going to GameStop, or I know
I just
Target.
checked GameStop for them now. It looks like it's out now.
Okay,
But I mean, don't get, like, when I say out now, like there was even in the middle of the day where I saw they were still available. I know Walmart
it's a
put them
couple of
out
days.
at 3 o'clock, I think. I don't know
Yeah,
if Walmart still has them.
yeah. I think it was up for a couple of days at GameStop. Yeah, it's weird because like you do not hear people talking about Xbox at all. It's
No,
so
man.
weird, man. And it kind of stinks because they have a compelling product. Like their console is legit. Like the Series X is a powerhouse for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah, it's definitely powerhouse. But you don't hear anything. Like it doesn't trend on anything. Like like PlayStation was trending number one today. Nintendo was trending number one back when last week when they did the direct, And even like on random days, like Nintendo will like trend. But what is going on, Joel? It's like silence is deafening. It's weird. It's
So I'm
weird.
looking.
Uh huh.
I'm looking right now on Walmart. You can get. Looks like both of them with. Yeah, you can get it right now with all access.
Oh, the all access.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This.
which
I mean,
is I think a great deal. But yeah,
it is. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think, like, I compare the Series S slightly. I compare it to the PS5 Digital. Like PS5 Digital moves the exact. Oh, there's just as much demand, maybe even more than the disc. So the demand, if it says PS5, the demand is there like crazy.
yeah, yeah. Because digital, like the thing with the digital edition is that they don't make as many. But when it comes out, like they're gone. They're still
They're gone.
gone. It doesn't matter, right? It's nuts. Yeah. Man, we'll have to circle back and see what's going on with Xbox. But the only little thing that I wanted to talk about, Joel, is that remember the those plates that that company was gonna release the for the
Oh
PS5?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. The
and then
skins
they
or whatever.
yeah, so they had to take the like they had to shut down their site, right? It was kind of sketchy, like
Cease and desist or something. Yeah.
yeah, but it was I think sketchy in my opinion. Well, Dbrand. Well, Dbrand is a very well recognized brand of skins that you can do. You know everything: laptops, your iPhone, your consoles, everything. They released what they're calling dark plates. I don't know if you saw them, Joel.
No.
No. So they're matte black plates for the PS5. And they even have engravings in the like inside, and they kind of look like the PlayStation symbols, but they're not. It's great. It's fantastic. So in stock right now for $49 on their site, and they have both the digital edition and the disc version. So yeah, so like
Nice.
instead of a circle, they have like a nuclear symbol, and instead of the X, they have a skull and crossbones, and a triangle is a triangle with a circle in the middle, and yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, man,
That's smart. Very smart.
yeah, and they look good. Like they are, if you go out there to like Unbox Therapy, I think did a video on them, and they look really good. It looks good. It's like they're matte black, and you get this all black PS5. It looks really nice. So, yep, they are. So they are actually sold out, but the for now, the next wave, it's available right now for pre-order. Ships in May, but all their
Wow.
waves are. Oh yeah, they've sold out of 3 waves
Wow.
already.
Jeez.
So
That's
Sony
awesome.
Sony needs to get on the plate business. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, do you see those plates that they're selling for the DualShock? For the I'm sorry, the
Oh
DualSense.
yeah,
Yeah, that you can
DualSense.
just
Yeah, I've seen
yeah, you can
those.
just pop out the little like plate, the black plate, and put like a silver one or red. You can change your controller like that. That's not bad either, I guess.
I know, because I
Yeah.
got two dual senses sitting here, and I'm like, it would be cool to have one that's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm waiting. I really don't want to buy a second one just yet. I want to wait until they come up with a different color because that's what I did for
Fair.
the DualShock. Right, I waited until the white one came out and then bought a white one, and then after that I bought a blue, the dark blue because I really like. Oh, I have it here. This is probably my favorite controller of all time. I really love this controller.
Beautiful.
Yeah, love it. So, yeah, DualSense with this color, do it. I'll buy it
Oh yeah.
because that would be sick. But Joe, that's what we got. Hopefully, next week we'll get more news. First, we get WandaVision. In the meantime, sir, go ahead and plug us in.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, good people in the little time, thank you for sticking with us. We hope that you enjoyed this episode and we want you to stay connected. So please subscribe to our show. We're on subscription podcast platforms everywhere: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify. Search us, you'll find us. We're also on YouTube for our video version, and we're coming to you live right now from the power of the web here on Facebook Live. So if you're watching this on Facebook Live right now, thank you very much. We encourage people to go ahead and become a fan on our Facebook page, and also follow us on our Instagram and our Twitter account and our Twitch account. So go ahead and follow us at No Load Time. That's at No Load Time. Also, you can send an email if you have any questions, comments, feedback. We'd love to hear from you. So send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you on our next episode.
Thank you, guys. We will see you again next time.